Today, we are going to be talking about the Yankees youth movement and how they're taking over Major League Baseball. We've seen guys like Ben Rice, Jason Dominguez really impressed so far. We're going to be talking about the Yankees young players, their future, and everything they have in store. So, Christian, what has impressed you so far in the young season with the Yankees young players?
I mean, I think we just have to start with Ben Rice. Uh, it's been unbelievable. Arguably the best number 22 in New York. I know it's a joke, but this guy's been amazing. And it's not like it's a Mickey Mouse start and, he got hot. He's probably going to cool off. No, he has some of the best underlying metrics in baseball. I mean, if you just look at this, 100th percentile in barrel percentage. Everything is red. I mean, this guy is playing out of this world, and it also didn't come out of nowhere. Like, people were saying in the offseason, there's a good chance this could happen.
Yeah, absolutely. We said it in spring training, right? Because he was hitting the ball so freaking hard, and it's translated right into the regular season. He already has 5 homers on the year. He's hitting 273, an OPS above 1,000. He's been fantastic for the Yankees. And look, he's 26 years old. He's making like the league minimum. The Yankees have him under contract for a long time. He could be a cornerstone player for the Yankees for many, many, many years. He could be that guy, Yankee left-handed hitter, short porch in Yankee Stadium. I mean, it writes it for itself. It would be absolutely unreal. It'd be so great to see Ben Rice be a Yankee for a really long time, but he's been really, really good so far to start the year. It's going to be interesting to see what the Yankees do when Giancarlo Stanton gets back, but he's just been phenomenal.
100%. Another guy, Jason Dominguez, obviously a huge, huge double the other day, but overall, he just looks like he's settling in so much and looking so much more comfortable defensively at the plate. And, I think it's something we all saw coming. Look, this guy is very talented, all right? We knew that. It was just a matter of getting acclimated to the environment. And really, he's picking it up. He's putting together good at bats. I am loving what we're seeing from Dominguez so far.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm loving it as well. 259, the homer, 762 OPS. And Christian, we've seen over the last few games, he's becoming a lot more comfortable out there in left field. He made a lot of good plays this week. And I hope the Yankees, keep him in the games more towards the end of the game. We saw Aaron Boone pull him out. There was something about Dominguez had to leave the game because he lost his contact lens on the go-ahead double. But yeah, hopefully the Yankees keep him in more games. And people have to keep in mind, he's only 22 years old. He's 22. That's very, very young. Aaron Judge made his debut when he was like 25 years old. As we know, Ben Rice is putting it together and he's only 26. Jason Dominguez is very, very young, and he could be the guy for the Yankees. He could be the next big superstar phenom in New York. He has that type of potential. He's been compared to Mickey Mantle. Look, is he coming right out of that and he's hitting, 350? No, no, but he's only 22 years old. The potential on him is unreal, and he could be a very, very important player for the Yankees for years to come.
100%. And lastly, sort of, kind of been a staple the past 2 years. Great defensively, hasn't totally broke through hitting. Anthony Volpe, I think he looks good this year. And I do think part of that is genuinely the torpedo bats. I do think that makes a difference. There's a reason that the analytics suggested that. It was just where he was hitting the ball most of the time. And obviously, if you're going to hit the ball on a certain part of the bat a majority of the time, well, make that the barrel or push more of the wood down there. So I do think that makes a difference. I feel like he's hitting the ball a little bit harder this year. And then, kind of same thing. Defense is really good. And the hitting looks a little bit better. He's using the whole field. I really think with Anthony Volpe, because he's already so valuable defensively, that if he can just keep progressing a little bit offensively each season, we don't need him to go from a 660 OPS guy like last year to a 800 or 850 guy. That doesn't have to happen. He's already a great defender. He can probably give you 3 to 4 WAR alone just from that. If he can just get a little bit better offensively every year, he's going to be golden. He's going to be golden.
Yeah, absolutely. I think the biggest thing with Anthony Volpe is that consistency. Sometimes we find he gets out of his approach. Maybe he's swinging too hard and he's very streaky. There'll be times where he's just hitting everything. Every time you look up, it's a base hit, double, right? Leaving the yard at sometimes, but he just hasn't been consistent, hasn't found his groove yet. But like you said, if he continues to improve each year offensively, that's going to be really good for the Yankees because already he's one of the best defensive shortstops in all of baseball, and he looks phenomenal out there out this year at shortstop. And we have Austin Wells up next, Christian, who's off to a little bit of a slow start, does have 3 home runs in 55 at bats. We all know that he had a phenomenal spring training, but I expect him to get better and have a good season for the Yankees. But really, what this comes down to is the Yankees have all these young players, and they're finally giving them a chance at the major league level. This could be the Yankees team for years to come. They're franchise guys. We look at the late 90s when they won all those championships. Jeter, Mariano, Pettit, Posada, Bernie Williams, all these homegrown guys, led the Yankees to a lot of success. We saw the Astros in 2017, right? They got their first World Series. They did cheat. That was horrible. And they shouldn't have won in 2017. But look, they did put together a long run of success drafting, these young guys, franchise cornerstone guys, and Altuve, Correa. The Yankees are finally giving their young homegrown players opportunities. If you look at like their team in 2022, they only had one guy, Aaron Judge, the only homegrown player who started for the Yankees, which is pretty crazy to think about that they only had one player from 2022 who's a homegrown guy. In years past, the Yankees they haven't totally done that route. It's all been guys, free agents they're bringing in, but they're bringing in these young players. We saw it with Anthony Volpe. There was a lot of shortstops on the market, Corey Seager, Marcus Simeon, but no, the Yankees were like, look, we're going to go out there. We're going to rock with our guy Volpe. And they're giving these young guys opportunities, which is really, really good to see. And I think as the years progress, this could potentially turn into a young, exciting core with all these guys in their prime for the Yankees.